we're going to be talking about a grey area I think we need to address in our Arsenal 11. Now, before I go any further, hit the subscribe button, helps out the channel a lot, and you can keep up to date with my weekly content. With Arsenal, we've had such a great start to the season, considering we've had one of the hardest fixtures compared to everybody else, and we're still on top of the table. We've got a good points gap between Liverpool and Man City at the moment, and we're hoping it continues. Now, with Arsenal, every single position has been reinforced over the summer with the addition of 9 new signings and a new number 9. But that number 9 is now a Lone Ranger. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the 2 players that were supposed to complement this number 9 are injured. And that is where the issue lies. If, God forbid, Gyökeres was to get injured over the weekend or during the course of the season without Havertz or Gabby Jesus returning, where would that leave Arsenal? Now, we cannot rely on Mikel Arteta solely as a number 9 playing in central midfield because he is not an out-and-out striker. Don't get me wrong, he scored 7 goals last season or more, but he's not somebody we should be relying on up front when we have the funds and we have lack of players playing up front. Now, with Arsenal, the problem was inconsistency, and I think that's what was happening with Gabby Jesus. So, inconsistency of the last few seasons and injuries have dampened Gabby Jesus and his future at Arsenal. I don't think, personally, Mikel Arteta will give Gabby Jesus that starting 11 role because of the injuries and the lack of goals. He was scoring quite a few goals before he had his injury, but then he's been off for almost half the year, rehabbing that nasty injury he suffered. Kai Havertz, on the other hand, he got injured in a pinnacle point in the season last year, especially when the Champions League games against PSG. Still yet to return from an injury he suffered earlier in this season. Now, the question beckons, does Havertz and Jesus being constantly injured raise concerns about them having a future at Arsenal? Injuries are part of the game. I really like Kai Havertz. I really like Gabby Jesus. I would like them to stay. I still feel like they will contribute to the team massively. But let's look at a scenario where we have to go in for a new number 9 because injuries are reoccurring and lack of goals from Havertz or Jesus. Now, we've had a lot of talk about Rafael Leao and how good he is, but I don't think he suits Arsenal's style of play. If I was to put Leao in a team, I'd probably say he would suit Liverpool more than Man City or Arsenal. The next player on my radar is the one that I would like Arsenal to get if we had the chance to complement Victor Gyökeres up front, and that would be Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez, he's a great number 9. What is incredible about him is he could play across that whole front line, whether it's left wing, right wing, and the lone striker, which is number 9. Now, he's played under Pep Guardiola. He was bought for peanuts. Let's call it peanuts. From River Plate in Argentina. Now, still at the age of 25, I feel like he can add a lot to a team, whoever he goes to, if he does decide to leave Atletico Madrid. Now, there are talks about him not being happy at Atletico Madrid because things aren't improving, and he doesn't feel like Atletico Madrid will reach the levels of Barca and Madrid. Now, his stats at Man City are, in 36 games, he scored 11 goals and 9 assists in the Premier League. And then he had 7 matches and scored 5 goals with 2 assists in the Champions League. So he's a goal-scoring machine. And he played against Arsenal midweek, 3 weeks ago. And he hit the crossbar, and I'd probably say he was one of the most electric players. Even after the game, he complimented Arsenal and said they've improved so much since the last time he played against them when he was under Pep Guardiola. This season in La Liga, he has accumulated, in the span of 10 games, 6 goals and 2 assists. So he's producing goals every other game for Atletico Madrid this season. That is something you want your number 9 to do. I think if Arsenal were to go out and hunt for a number 9 in January as a backup or to rotate with Victor Gyökeres, I definitely think Julian Alvarez will fit the Arteta system because it was similar to Pep's, and I think he'll definitely thrive as he's a proven player already. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below about what you think Julian Alvarez would add to Arsenal, or if you think there's another number 9 out there which can help or complement Victor Gyökeres. Thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to subscribe.